Good. Alrighty then. So, after a small hiatus because of holidays, we's back. And of course, everybody still remembers everything we've done. We didn't just spend the last 10 minutes getting everybody back to up to speed. What the fuck had happened? So, with that, after a very interesting session where one of my players got to control a demigod for a little bit, you have found a conclusion to something that has happened many thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of years ago. You have calmed the entity known as Anthe and allowed him entry back home to where he came from, but without his rage, without being blinded by his betrayal. In doing so, casting aside Sathiane and sundering the Pact Stone, releasing untold souls, some to an unknown afterlife, others may be too broken to ever become sentient again. And with that, you also learned of the location of a certain Gord Grimbeard who had been kept safe on Sevranus for all this time. The entity that had accompanied you had taken his form, the Changeling. Perhaps a mere imitation, or perhaps something more. Gord has now taken on those memories, and still has to struggle a little bit mentally on what exactly transpired. You find yourself in the city of Sevran, a massive, domed city, standing here on the black sands of Sevranus, untouched by the ravages and creatures out here. And there you find a modern civilization, but maybe not as advanced as it should have been, considering how long it must have been here. The plan of the Council of Sevranus to repopulate this place away from things that are unnatural to Earth. And there, although a brief spectator in the affair with Anthe, a simulacrum of Kirksaren, was extinguished. But here in this city, using his real name, it seems he rules, being a benign ruler, benign administrator to the city. And Gord, you also met a strange woman, pale-faced, white hair, emaciated almost looking, but still quite fiery. A woman by the name of Litha, who said she's from Felix Lustrum, that place where it all began so many years ago. She knows of Kirksaren, of what he truly is, and she is asking you to stir things up and to prevent whatever plans he has. And that is where we ended. You are here in this modern city, and as you look, this blue sky above, from the outside, a crystalled surface here mimicking the skies of Earth. And I will say, for those of you observant, this city, as far as you can see, is not just a city. You see parts of forests, you see a lake, you see many things here. You see even farms, even though some of them look quite strange. This, on average, would probably be the biggest collection of humans, not humanoids, simply humans and nothing else. If Ilish at its height might have housed 2 to 3 million people, this dwarfs that. And I will say, Nolan, you can probably, with your intelligence at least, make a guess. If all of this is filled with people and it is built like a dwarven city up in the air, only overground and not underground, there's probably 12 million people here. It is vast.
Damn.
Yes, it is a vast city. And even the effect of the horizon takes effect. This dome is immense. Always seen from afar, and always seen being covered by Anthe, also impossibly large figure. For reference, this is basically all of New York and its suburbs under one dome. You are still at the very edge of it. So here the wall rises up, and you can see there's windows everywhere. There is no closed spaces. You look over to these large streets, these immaculate, spotless streets, shining towers, and people going about their business. So yeah, here you are. For the moment, left alone. What are you doing?
Magic shop.
I'm just in awe.
Jake.
I've never seen anything.
We are still inside the building, right? Or...
Yes. But you are in what you can assume is you are at the entry point. This is a heavy militarized area, much like a city gate, but much larger, and it is immensely guarded. You see the gigantic gate that is basically the only entry point you can imagine into this dome. And you are in not quite cells, but you do feel there is a level of security here. There are armed people around who are holding, well, you've actually seen some of these strange weapons, these guns. I mean, they exist. The gunpowder ones are starting to circulate in the Tara and stuff, but these look far more advanced.
Did we get anything to guide us inside the dome? Or name is that part? Did we get clearance or a voucher? Or
right now, no. You were just brought there, and you were brought to Gord's, and you were reunited with him, but you didn't get any lanyards or keys or them.
Is the lady still here?
No, she's left for a moment.
okay.
So, Gord, what can you tell us about this city? You've been here for quite a while, so you must know all the streets by now.
They kept me locked up. I didn't have any freedom. It was a cloudy period.
Oh,
It's weird. I got memories from what happened with you guys and memories from what happened here, but everything is like a blur. Like I was.
yeah, because those memories, they might be false. There could be errors in there. Just pointing out.
Nolan owes Gord 3,000 gold, which was brought up at the start of the session. but it doesn't count because it wasn't real Gord, is his defense.
This is some, legally speaking, my agreement was with Gord the Shape Changer, not this Gord. So if anything, I owe him the money, not you.
This Gord indeed.
Sorry, de begriff gezet. Lekker goed.
Wauw.
Dat is ook zo onnozel, hè? Dat is gewoon 3 Allee,
The setup is there. Do what you want.
it's just he owes me money and that's it. That's the whole joke. It's so good.
Well,
Oh,
you
false
still owe me
memories,
the money.
yes.
My- Robin, you must have had some week if you find that this funny.
It tickles my itch. Dat is mooi gebracht.
Right. I'm giving the environment a quick scan. Do I notice anything that resembles any kind of signature of Helios or holy rites or
Okay, make an investigation roll or a religion roll. You may choose.
I'm looking around.
You're looking or are you investigating?
I'm looking, I'm scanning
You
the
want to
environment.
percept. All right, fine. Roll the thing you're good at. Fine. Okay. You don't see anything relating to religion. Like, not a single thing. You do see strange panels on the walls, and you see these screens and technology. But, yeah, the only thing you see is on the wall here a picture, a photograph, not a painting, of Huxarin in a very snazzy looking suit and a big smile on his face that really doesn't become him.
Do I see any sunstones on the picture?
No, it is a sterile office. He is sitting in front of a desk and a very expensive looking chair.
Are there other pictures in the room? Photographs?
Yes, there are landscapes, and you see a. Actually, you know what? Make an investigation roll for that, Nolan.
Okay, rolling my.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can
17 plus 7, I think.
17 plus 7. Okay, that's not bad. You see what looks to be like real representations, but you see mountains, you see valleys, you see rivers and streams, but you don't recognize them. And first you might assume that maybe these are just made up, but with how observant you are with your keen mind feat, you realize that the valley you came through, because you were brought there by this vehicle, right? You guys were brought into the city by these military guys. You just briefly observed this valley, and it depicts the valley, the broken, grey, ashen valleys of Sevranus, but imagined as though they had been restored to life, with rivers and valleys and trees.
I will just put every photograph I see in my pockets because I know I could sell them for quite a lot of money in the other realm.
Well, it's quite a large
You
one.
need
It's in a
3K or
frame.
what?
Yeah.
But I will just say, oh, we have to document this.
Yeah. So I will say you're able to procure one of those. So yeah. Anything else you want to discuss or talk about?
I think we're a little overwhelmed here. Can we
Yes.
exit the building? Are we being detained? Can we take a look
You are
outside?
currently, yes, you can see, very important, again, there are windows everywhere here. So you can look outside perfectly fine. And you can also see the outside where 2 guards are posted. So there's windows in this room you are in as well. There's a lot of glass, very upper class corporate, and there's 2 guards posted in military uniform outside of this door that you're in.
Do I see a little green or red square with a glass thingy and a red button behind it somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
How
No.
Turned them
about
off last time.
No.
Boris know what a fire alarm is? Can I? We can see the guards from where we are, right? Because they're in front
Yeah.
of like a glass door or something. Can I like try and understand what kind of weaponry they are carrying and what kind of armor they have, if any? Because these are soldiers that I've only seen, I think, once before in like the village that was about to be overrun with demons
book?
had some
Yeah.
soldiers in the book, right?
Correct.
Because
So-
am I correct in assuming that these are similar looking?
They're very similar looking,
So-
although they look less armored.
Right.
And I'll make you roll investigation for that.
Just a question. We also once had a dream with Tormodon where there was an incursion, and there
Yes.
I think that we also saw military men fighting with these things against dragons and stuff.
Yes, and
Glass
you will
buildings. Yeah.
and glass buildings. Yes. So you, Nolan, can instinctually remember. They look more than the ones you saw in the Tormodon vision than in the Demon Village. The Demon Village ones, they looked somewhat more superiorly armed. And I will say, Cassius, you can't figure out exactly what the weaponry is, but they somehow look less advanced. They look like a step down from whatever that was.
And federal police.
I mean, these dudes just look like regular guards instead of heavily armored dudes who are about to head into battle. So that could be one explanation. Do they look? So they don't have on armor, or they do have on something that I would assume is armor, or
right now what you assume to be armor, they're not wearing any of that.
Okay, so they look very stabbable.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you mean stable? No.
I do not.
Okay.
I am just trying to figure out what options we have.
Can I just try to leave? Just go towards the door, try to open it?
Good idea.
The door is locked, but you feel as you grab it and try the handle, you have to hold back not to break it. Like you start to realize maybe that you are in basically a glass room. There's no magical runes holding this together. This is fucking glass.
And we're on the first floor or higher?
No, you are maybe 3rd or 4th floor. You can tell by the elevation outside that you are not on the ground floor.
Okay, guys, how many of us can fly? It's daylight, right? So Cassius.
Well, I wanted to figure out because we did bring all Gord's equipment with us, so Gord has all of his gear and stuff.
For expediency's sake.
Yeah. Did we at any point take a short rest?
No, not yet. I will say this can count as a short rest, as you guys are
missing
reminiscing.
a lot of my hit points.
Yeah, you can. At this point, I will allow you guys to have a short rest.
Yeah.
And is Gord, there's a Gord Grimbeard technically long rested?
Yes, because you haven't been doing anything, so I'll allow you to.
Looking long, nice.
Yeah.
All
What
my spell slots.
What I will try and do is
will-
I will message one of those guys outside. Just say, "Hello."
Okay, so the message cantrip.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What do you say?
Yeah, just hello.
So
Jeez.
you see on the other side, the guard suddenly look to the side. Never, because they're with their back facing you. He looks around, and you don't hear him speak, but he asks something to the other guards. They look at each other for a moment, and he just looks around. And then the other guy shrugs and shakes his head.
Hmm.
Nolan, weren't we told to not use magic because they do not understand?
Well, that's the thing. They don't know what's happening, so we could use this. Like maybe fake prank call them, and I don't know.
What?
We give them instructions to go somewhere.
They don't understand what we can do, but we should keep that hidden from them for as long as we possibly can.
Oh, well,
I assume
then
Kirkterin knows what we can do.
use your fancy mechanical means.
My fancy mechanical means?
Let's just say, go make some noise, stir something up.
But noise where?
Are we
Like,
breaking out, or are we just?
Can I
Breaking out to it, we need to figure out
see
where
a
we go after we
stairs
cause trouble.
or ladder somewhere around the windows?
On the outside wall that you're facing, no. But you see. Well, no, you wouldn't see. I will say, yeah, you see a stairwell outside leading down.
And it's reachable from inside the room we're in, or
No,
can I deduce how we can get there?
by opening the door and getting out. Or getting escorted out.
okay.
You're currently being held in observation, basically.
First, so then I'm going to reach for the doorknob and try and just open the door.
Yeah. The same as Gord tried, and it's still locked. But even you can tell that there was a bit of give. These aren't very strong.
I'm gonna just walk towards the door and knock on it until one of the guards turns around.
Okay. You knock, and it doesn't give a lot of noise, actually. It doesn't give a lot of sound, as you might think. And still, though, the two guys... And by the way, Mr. Boris, you have background noise.
Sorry.
So, knock, and the two guards look. One of them turns around. You see a key. Actually, you see a key card, which you see a piece of paper, basically. I'm not going to keep like obfuscating the obvious things. Your
Pretending that we
characters,
don't know.
yeah, it's going to get tiring very quickly. Places it on the door handle. You hear a click. It opens slightly as he holds it, and I can't actually remember from last session, but no, yeah, okay, yeah. He will speak in an oddly accented common and say, "Can I help you? Need anything to drink or?"
Yes, well, food and drink would be nice. How long are we supposed to be here? are we being picked up or moved at any point, or what's the plan here?
I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not really at liberty to say. Well, there was one of you, and now there's a lot of you. We're a little concerned about some of the things going on here, so we're just gotta wait on a decision being made.
Who's making a decision, and how long would that take? Do you even know?
Well, I don't think we're at liberty to say right now,
Oh,
sir.
Someone read his mind.
I don't have it today. I used it earlier.
Yeah,
I'm
everyone's pretty
debating
spent.
whether or not it's too much on the nose and a meta play to ask for a lawyer here.
yeah. No,
Cassius would know when to ask for a lawyer, but you know,
Saldos.
I have rights, you know.
Well,
Do I see? Hmm.
He's pocketed
You-
the key card again after opening the door, correct?
Yeah, he just puts. He isn't really very secretive about it. He just puts it in one of his breast pockets.
Would it be? Yeah, it's probably way too difficult for me, given the way you've described this. I'm not close enough to try and pickpocket it, because I would essentially have to be like my hand past the door. It would be super obvious, right?
Yeah, so he used the key cards, put it back, opened the door. He's got it like a couple
Yeah,
of
no.
degrees open while he's talking to you guys. I mean, you have supernatural abilities, especially in the gloves you have.
That is true.
If you want to try, like, if you are close enough to the door and maybe you can make a gesture and do a little
I mean,
card trick flip kind of thing.
The lowest I can roll is a 23, which
Yeah.
I feel is
What?
pretty good. So I am
Before-
going to try that, actually.
Before we do anything rash,
Rash is here.
no,
Yeah.
do we
No,
actually
wait.
Before we
Do
do
we-
anything, Rash, what are you doing here?
do we actually want to break out, or do we just wait till something happens?
We can long rest
That's a
first.
question I was
should
pondering
talk about it,
myself.
but I think Kirk Serene is the one pulling the shot, so if he finds out we're here, we're cooked.
I've got some tricks up my sleeve now, and
We
a
could
long
just
rest
have
would be
them.
nice.
Yeah, we could
I was
first
just
sleep
going to
and then
steal it and keep it for later.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. You're doing this action
I said I was
because
doing
there's
it,
no.
so I am doing it.
Yeah, you already said you were doing it.
Yeah.
So roll it.
s-
I have
I said
advantage,
before we do
so
anything rash.
Yeah.
do
yeah,
Well.
well, you
Yeah,
said
but
it
they
too
already
late.
did it. Yeah,
it's my equivalent of kicking a
you're
door.
doing something rash now.
I will
It's-
add 1d8 as well, because I can.
It's very nice you had advantage on that, by the way.
I have
Mhm.
reliable talent, so anything below a 10 is
Fair.
a 10. So a 1
Fair.
is a 10.
Fair. It's sad. That is very sad.
So that's a 31.
Okay. So describe to me, in this glass palace facing this guard, while you are speaking to him, you saw him tuck this into his upper breast pocket. How do you make physical contact with him long enough to snatch the card?
I am just gonna say, like, understandable, but some refreshments and food would be nice. Thank you, my friend. And I just kind of try
Okay.
and pat him on the shoulder, or like do like a thank you and touch his shoulder, and then
Yeah,
that is
you
the most
brush his
manner.
shoulder, and as you're retreating, the magic in the gloves being somewhat slightly magnetic, just use. I think maybe Dario is the only one who catches a glimpse, or maybe Boris as well. What's your passive perception? It's only 15, and
19.
yeah.
It's a
So
31. They don't see shit.
15.
No, but like the only thing that I want to give them, like I'll give Dario with a 17. Like you see him reach for the man's shoulder, go back, and you see this brief flicker of something white, like a little flash of something white, and then nothing as he pockets it somewhere.
I'll do like a weird bow to
Yeah.
like muffle that I'm
And
pocketing
the,
something.
the guard's just a little confused. Like, all right, fine. Eddie, could you? And the other guards leaves and
Some
go
blankets
gets.
and pillows too.
Where are the toilets?
The old
If
man
you
needs to do
need
pee.
a few more minutes, and you will be taken to accommodations, I'm sure. If you could.
All right.
So yeah, you are brought some food.
So I have one of their keys now.
You have a key.
Or, well, rather, the weird
A
card thing I saw him
Yes,
use
the
to
magical
open the door.
card. The magic card. That's yeah. It's a Black
Yeah,
Lotus.
but we do it.
Which we
we will-
can't really use because there are still guards in front of a door.
Yes.
Yes, but is there a pad inside the room to scan the card, or it's only outside?
No, it's
Should
both
be on both
sides.
sides.
You don't know if it's a prison. It's only on the
If you
outside.
can scan a key card on one side, there needs to be one on the other side. It's called building codes.
Not if it's a prison.
No, but it isn't. That's a good point. And so it isn't a prison cell. It's more of something.
Don't give a key card to a prisoner to go to its own cell. It's fucking opened with a button at the start of the hallway.
My D&D needs to have realistic building codes, or I'm not playing it.
Yeah, I'll give you the design of the city. We can send it to a civil engineer. But yeah, so with that, a few more, let's say about an hour passes. And eventually you see another person arrive. And this being a, how do I put it? Somewhat stocky woman, short military cut hair, but seemingly more decorated than the others. The two at the door, they salute and are dismissed as she enters. Having her own card, she clicks the door, unlocks it, enters. This is after you've been given some food, which has all been very neat. You were given these plastic trays, you were given strange, well, very neatly made cutlery, but oddly bland food. All of it felt watery, at least.
So in my
And-
perception, I've seen
Yeah.
them salute quite some time. So when she enters, I'm like, oh, is this a way of saying hello?
Please.
Oh.
And you can tell, again, also heavily accented, but still speaking common. My name is Captain Arasvel. I am part of the security force and the sortie force of this city. And Gord, you remember seeing her before, but she never really interacted with you. Always from afar, you saw her at the door a couple of times.
Did you have attention towards me then? Yeah.
She looks over to you as well, and then to the rest. And again, pauses at the dragon, but not as long as you would expect. There is a certain, normality to how they're acting towards you. And so I'm simply wanting to inform you that you have been given accommodations here at the gates. We are still quite unsure how to deal with your situation. We haven't had. Well, we've had one instance before of travelers beyond the city. That was before your friend here, and now we have more. You are a little less worse for wear than your friend was before he recovered. We have no procedure here. I feel we must keep you in quarantine because, well, we haven't had, with the first instance, we didn't have the best of luck.
Oh,
What do you mean?
What?
Like
How
How
disease
long
or
ago was that
Yes.
first instance, and what exactly happened?
That was, let's just say at this point that is classified, and I'm not sure if I want to indulge that information at this time. I have it under good authority from one of my seconds, Litha. You have met her, that you are no danger to this city, but that is what she said about the previous one as well. And he, as far as we know, is still at large and be able to recover him. So
maybe you have some information and we can help you out.
maybe we
That's
can
not
trade
true.
information.
Perhaps.
Because you are a lot more talkative than you used to be. How's that?
I feel like I've awakened. I had a cloudy mind. I was influenced by something. I do not know exactly what.
That always seems to be the answer to people roaming out there. Their mind is the first thing to go, but rarely do people actually recover.
We just arrived here to get back our friend, and we mean you no harm. So, if you just let us go with our companion, we will be out of your hair in no time.
I'm afraid that won't do. And then, first of all, sending people back out there is suicide. And you seem to have a way about you. Now that the Watcher is gone, I would like to know how you survived out there and what skills you might teach us and what knowledge you might give us in the search for what must be found.
What must be found?
Yes. I don't think
Indeed.
we're quite following.
If we're to help, we need to know what you're looking for.
That is just it. We don't know. Only Kirkterin knows. And he assures us that it is best. Not many know. We are fully aware of, again, how the mind erodes with certain knowledge and certain goals within the sand. The city protects us, of course, and always has, but sometimes even more powerful influences can reach the city and have untoward consequences.
But isn't that a strange approach to let people seek something of which they do not know what they are seeking?
Yes, it is quite confusing, but all the times that we had a sortie, and all the times they returned, well, knowledge of the outside is dangerous. And
Mhm.
it is best to keep it as close to the chest as we can. And Kirkterin has been adept at such things and has shown resistance to such effects. He has been a great leader to the city and a stalwart rock in the face of what existence is, effectively.
Oh, so this Kirkserin, he means a lot to this city. I can tell from your words. He's quite a symbol.
Yes, he is. He has been a driving force in awakening this city. For many, many centuries, we have simply gotten by, and in the face of, well, complete annihilation of all else, he has managed to make this city thrive again, to pick up research, archaeology, and all things. Now, of course, all of this has come to a great cost, as, well, sorties are costly, and, well, many times none return, and even some that do are never the same again.
And how were you almost annihilated? Which threats are out here?
Sorry?
How were you almost annihilated before Kirkserin made the
No,
city whole again?
the city thrived. The city has always been protected by, well,
Oh.
by the
Yes.
sky. But this is all that remains. We are the last, are we not? The fact that you are from the outside, it confuses us. That people have been able to survive, and I mean, you must have had families. You wouldn't have sprouted from the ground. I mean, how did you? And you can see for a moment, like, she is visibly disturbed, and just shakes her head for a moment, like this.
Have you ever wondered if there's a city here that maybe there could be other cities elsewhere?
It's always been a. That would make the most sense, actually. Yes, there's always been imagination, but we've never gotten far. We've always assumed that it could have been the case, but it was never verified. So
Yes,
you
we were
are
never
from a
able
different
to
city.
we were never able to reach each other due to the Watcher, but we are from a different city. Yes.
I see. And such strange creatures. And she looks at Calendula for a moment. Make a deception roll. The deception roll, Nolan. Deception, Nolan.
No one.
19.
Nice.
19 plus
Oh, nice.
anything?
Yeah, I don't know which pluses I have.
Okay, I'll tell
Deception
you.
is not good. It's not good anyway.
It's
Um,
-1.
Yeah,
That could be.
I think so.
Your no. Deception is
Yeah, and
plus
you've seen D&D
1, so 20.
Ah, there we go.
20.
We've activated deception, Nolan.
Yep. All right.
Goes, we're going with this. All right.
Apparently you are. How strange. But it looks like, and is this callous of me to ask, but, and he looks at, she looks at Dario. She looks at Calendula again. She looks at Gourds. How many are you to have such diversity in your genetics?
Well, I haven't really counted, but I'd say compared to what I've seen here, we must be at least 4 times as big, our city.
Okay, Dario, roll a deception roll.
We just keep lying and it keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
That's the thing about lying.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can't stop once you start.
Oh no.
Why are you rolling high all of a sudden? +1 deception, guys, and I rolled incredibly high, incredibly low. Okay. And her eyes go wide. 4 times. But all the records we've seen, the bringing up of this dome, it cost so much. It was almost impossible. And to grow it, well, we have attempted many times, but it was nearly impossible. You must have traveled far. Incredible. Why did you go on this journey? Why did you come here? Were you also seeking what we are seeking?
We are one of, well, maybe because the cities are in somewhat the same situation. In our city as well, people were picked to explore the outside, and it was always a quite diverse group. One of each race had to go form a party and explore the outsides because we each have different skill sets. But rarely did they return.
And we lost our friend.
Maybe they found another city they wish to stay. Maybe they just perished in the vast plains that are this realm are. Or, well, I don't know what
And
happened.
that's why we followed the tracks of our friend who we lost during the search.
I see.
Well, only
And I
so
guess
far.
now your city considers you lost as well. I'm sorry to say none of your other companions ever made it to the city. We would have had record of it.
Well, we have
So
been on the way for quite some time. I can't. Now you say I can't even remember how long we've been on the
Well,
way.
it's immense
And
that you even have a mind left with all the creatures.
I wouldn't even. Oh, and I look at the others. I wouldn't even know how to find our city.
no, no, long times ago.
I don't know for some reason the knowledge isn't. Well,
That's
there's
a
something
tragedy, and I see that you must have been, your soul or your life force must have been drained somehow. And she looks at Nolan. You have
Yeah, I used to be in my 40s. I used to be in my 40s. I can no longer remember. I can no longer remember the smell of the grass, the taste of the leaves.
that is a
Story
Wow.
5,
tragedy. That is a tragedy. But I see. Well,
As you said, the outside takes things from you when you go there.
about 3,000 gold worth. Well, regardless, I see. Well, at least for this old man's sake. Oh, sorry, for your companion's sake. We do have grass, we do have trees, we do have water.
Oh,
We will make it so you can see that soon, and we can
well,
try and give you as best medical attention as we can.
how can we, after we are brought back, we have regained some of our life force, so to say, how can we rejoin the cause to find what needs to be found? How can we enlist? How does this work in this city?
We wouldn't impose such a thing, especially those outside for so long, but we would really care for your expertise indeed. For us, it's a calling. We are not selected. We volunteer. We train our entire lives, and it's hard to imagine with everything happening today that we might actually be free of the Watcher. They usually many years spent training end in a brief moment of panic after just simply exiting the walls.
Aren't you rejoicing? I mean, I don't see a lot of rejoicing. Things are going.
And you can tell there is some hesitancy there. We've been pushed by recent policies to reach further than we can, and we have been depleted in our resources. Now, suddenly, the last 3 sorties ended with the Watcher catching up to them. And yes,
No, I see what I've seen. Of course, I've not seen everything, but you said the city is flourishing. I don't understand why the need to push you all to explore the outside. Isn't it enough to live your happy lives? Or is there a need to do more? Now I'm talking policy, of course.
make a persuasion roll for me.
Just trying to stir things up.
Okay, someone's rolling well. Ooh, she rolled very well indeed.
There must be dissident voices, no? I can't imagine everybody agrees with those costly explorations.
You are correct. It is just that this city has been stagnant for a very long time. And Kirksarian is correct in that we need the sacrifice. We need to push forward, not simply sit here. And it is as though he knew. He said to push, and yes, it has cost us many lives and lots of equipment, as things are finite here. But look, it is a little bittersweet that now the Watcher is gone, and it feels as though if we would have waited just a few more years, a few more months, then all of that death would have been unnecessary. If, of course, the Watcher is truly gone, which I'm skeptical about. But he came in a fervor about a year ago. He'd been far more relaxed in his policies before, but now he had this fire to him, and it was infectious. So many volunteered, many went through the training, and it has brought us many things. Much history has been uncovered.
That's important.
Are you some kind of law enforcement in the city? I mean, looks of your tenure, or the others here.
We don't really require that much law enforcement, as you call it. I am part of the Ranger Corps. I'm captain of the Rangers. I am the leader of our military force, what little we have.
Yeah, as Dario asked, is everyone quite aligned with the goals, or do you have problems with other factions in the city?
And what happens to them, those dissidents?
Having troubles.
There is disagreement, yes, but I wouldn't call it dissidents.
Oh, okay.
Can I size this captain up and see if I were to fight him one-on-one, would he be a strong fighter? Is that possible too?
So,
as my experience as a soldier, can I size him up?
So her
her up
is So make an insight roll, sure. Okay. So she has a lot of strange gadgets and things reminiscent of what you saw on the island, technological things on her. Her weapon seems very technological as well. The hell was that? But you are a dwarven soldier once more. You are a trained paladin in combat. Physically, you could probably fold her in half, as far as you can see. But all of that technology around her makes you a little nervous. and wonders why she is standing in this room amongst all of you alone with no backup.
If we have to wait here long, can we get some books on that history of yours so we can get sped up?
Oh, yes, of course. Actually, and she presses her ear for a moment. How are we on the accommodations? Okay, very good. I'll bring them out.
Rooms?
Talking to us?
No, this is one of the new things we've developed over the last few years under Kixaren's guidance.
Oh,
And she takes
good.
a thing out of her ear for a moment, and this allows us to communicate over a distance. Not too far, but still.
Without seeing the person. Your city is quite advanced in technology compared to ours.
Yes, that's true.
Really? Even though it's so large?
With more people, you need to spend more
Yes, but
resources keeping
as you
everyone
said,
alive.
there's not really
Fair.
someone or some government that's pushing for, well, advancements. I
We
think
have no community sharing, unfortunately.
we're
I
indeed.
see. Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, this is a simple radio transmitter, really. It's nothing special, but it's been enhanced so it carries over larger distances.
Ingenious.
So you are then beckoned out of this room into a larger area. There's a few more people, and again, really not really a big reaction from seeing a golden dragon. A few people respond, but they stare you down for a moment and they just go about their business. There you are led underground away from the sky. And there is a brief moment where there is a courtyard area where there is a tree and some grass, and she beckons Nolan over to see, there we go, we have grass. Allows you a little moment.
I have to now go for with deception, and I'm going to touch the grass and smell the grass. Even
Okay,
though I do not want to.
very well. In touch with nature, so go roll that deception for me.
Oh, you guys dig this hole. You get us out of it.
Yeah, I mean, what else?
1?
Oh boy.
+1.
Yeah, 2.
And she just looks over and says, "Why, he really doesn't remember what grass is like. It's sad to see."
We don't
Is,
really know.
is this grass?
Nolan, stand up.
He got the
it's-
worst of it. That's for sure.
I don't even want to imagine the kind of creature that did this to him.
I know which creature it is. I
Oh,
think.
for fuck's sake.
There,
I just give you this look, and I'm
Nolan's
deeply
life story
disappointed.
is probably not going to raise too much questions.
No.
you are led underground to what looks to be quite well-equipped rooms. These aren't prison cells, but they are open areas. It's basically, yeah, an inn, but much more sterile, concrete and glass everywhere, and accommodations. I will say, for brevity, you are led to these places, and the captain, Aras, says, "So I will leave you here for today. Please rest up after your ordeal. Sorry for keeping you waiting for so long. There is a communal area here, but we do ask you not to leave the premises. The the general populace hasn't been informed of your arrival, and it is, well, big news. It is, but a little overshadowed by the leaving of the Watcher, as you must understand.
Yes. Could you bring us then maybe clothings which would suit us more, clothings of this city instead of the strange things we are wearing? We don't want to upset the folk if we were to go outside.
Of course, perfectly fine. I will do so. Thank you so much, and please rest. You are safe here. You are no longer outside. This is a safe space, has been for millennia.
Can I insight check that last part? The please rest, you're safe here.
Sure.
Good call.
I hate that so much.
You're rolling well.
Oké, die doet automatisch die reliable talent.
Ja,
Oké, kijk hoe.
Ja.
Dat was dus een 2.
Dat was een 2, ja.
Plus 8, dus dat is 18.
Hateful. Okay.
This is fun.
No, it's not. There is a large amount of professionalism going on here. She is very unsure. She's a little nervous, and she is happy to be away from you. But there is no threat. There is no threat. She does believe in what she is saying, in general sense.
Is she leaving the room? Or
Yes.
the last bit of advice before you leave, my captain.
Yes.
In the place where we come from and how we operate, trust gets us more than paranoia.
She will give you a short, well-rehearsed smile, nods, and
Do
leaves.
keep it in mind, please.
You are also given books in the room.
Keep them away from Nolan.
Who like
No.
Okay.
Is that a bed? Oh, it's been so long since I've slept in a bed.
I'm gonna signal to all the others. They should be quiet. I'm just gonna peruse the room and see if there are any sort of devices or things they might be listening in on. What
Okay,
you say.
make an investigation roll.
Yes.
I'll help
me.
you with that if I may.
The first time we were in the city, we were in a room. We were talking to that lady, and then she signaled. She made a signal, and then some artifacts. The lights went out. So I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, do not. Oh.
Can I also, like, I want to, for lack of a better word, check the room for traps.
Sure.
Is that
I'm just making my
investigation then?
bunk.
Right.
That's investigation, yeah.
I'm going to start reading.
Okay.
Well, Gord, I don't see anything, do I?
Yeah, I see nothing at all.
Oh, Cassius, you rolled under a 10.
Yeah, it only happens on things that I get to add my proficiency bonus in.
Aw.
Je kunt dat vermijden, hè, die dingen doen.
Volgend level ga ik met een feat en dan kan ik in principe een feat pakken waar er nog 4 proficiencies bij heb.
Disgusting.
Cassius is not long for this world, everyone. So, I will say, Dario, on a 10 with Gord helping, you do see those same little things in the corners of these rooms. There is security here. Whether or not they are working, you don't know. With that, I will also say, Cassius, you are checking for traps, and you see this strange panel on the wall, which you actually don't have a lot of experience with this kind of technology.
I think I've seen it like once in the underground Helios temple had some weird panelings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that is That is it.
That's basically it. Yeah. So you start looking, and there are buttons here. There are things you can press, and you're trying to look behind it, maybe if it can go off the wall, and then suddenly it comes to life. And you spring back, and some kind of projection comes out of it, some kind of illusionary projection comes out of it. And you hear, "Good evening, my name is Argos. How can I be of assistance?" And you see this strange, ill-defined head floating in the middle of the room.
Hello, Argos. What are you?
Hang on. I want to see if I had. Okay.
Because I'm expecting Argos to be a cool acronym for something.
Argos.
Yeah,
Turn on
it
music.
isn't. I didn't get that far. So I am the main civic AI for the city of Sevran. I'm here to assist you in any all needs in your stay in the city. I have been informed of your temporary status.
What is our temporary status?
Guests.
Guests. I mean, I am gonna just ask it questions about the city layout.
Very well.
I'm not
And
gonna
it
ask
will-
it about defenses, guard positions, and security codes, but like stuff
Yeah.
adjacent to it.
Guess it's ask him if he can bring some food.
You,
Make
you
him
just
say
ate.
he's
God,
Mecha Hitler.
we had food like an hour ago.
He's hungry.
And I'm hungry. It's
Uh.
been a while.
I mean, I guess I'll ask him if he can bring food, or I'll ask
Yeah.
Argos if they can supply.
Yes,
some
what
stuff.
would you like? And you see like an entire list of items come scrolling past.
Which we
Fully
know none
roasted-
of, probably.
of fully roasted pork and some goat's milk.
Low fat, high carbons. Is that possible?
Something with a lot of proteins.
I'm sorry, but
Click on
but but providing for meats is restricted to several portions per week. You have already had your allotted portions for the week.
We've just been here.
Everything is finite.
It was a
Yes.
slice of salami.
Die voice crack ook zoiets. Het was gewoon een
Ja.
salami.
What do you
Well,
mean?
no wonder our city is obese.
You can't live with it.
We have various meal ready to eat that are available in dried or in desiccated and rehydrated versions.
Does everybody get the same amount a week, or are there ways to upgrade?
If your position in the city requires you to have extraneous physical activities, then your allotted protein can increase for the week. You are currently being allotted a similar allotment to the Ranger Corps, which you are currently present.
Dus we krijgen al redelijk veel.
Yes.
Yeah, you krijgt al the military grades.
Is there some bit of open space?
There is a courtyard outside of your allotted area.
I just want to set up a small meditation area and set up to just meditate and try to connect with Helios in this foreign place.
We are underground, right?
I can go
There's
to
a
the
well, I
courtyard.
will say it is recessed, but there is like an open courtyard where there's some grass and some light coming through. But it is like a glass ceiling kind of thing, a glass dome kind of thing.
I'll set up in the center of the light beam.
Okay. Okay. So for the information about the city, it rattles off. I'm not going to do it all in character, but
No, but yeah, I'm just asking like
yeah.
city layouts and where are the exits, where are the entrances, like
Yeah,
figuring
there
out
you-
where the important areas are and stuff.
Yeah.
like-
so there is one way in and one way out, and that's where
That's where we are.
the gate. Yeah. there is the research. Let me see. The research institute. There is the administration bureaus. You can tell that this is all built up. It's a circular city, obviously. So, and all of it builds up to the main spire at the center, which you can. You saw in the previous office, you were a large, like Burj Khalifa kind of spire that goes all the way to the top, and there is also a crystalline structure at the top of that. That is surrounded by, that's basically the main governing island. There is a river around it, so it's a little more closed off. There are districts, there are commercial districts, residential districts, there is industry, also farming industry it's basically divided into sectors. The hydroponics gardens, basically, where most of the food is produced. And then you have as well a few areas. You see like a little map is projected of the city. And there are a few areas where Argos is not saying anything about.
I figured. Then I have two more questions. I'm basically going to ask him to tell me about Kirksarian and like if he can give me an overview of like who this person is and why and how they're significant and stuff. But like not in a tell me everything I want to know, because I don't want to set off you've asked a question that is flagged, you're being terminated. And I also want him, or I want to ask like about history, but not the history of this city per se, but like the creation of the city and what came before it. If
how far does the knowledge go?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how much is he allowed to say? Because I did just learn that he's not saying everything about what the city layout contains, and like so it's definitely restricted in talking about some stuff.
Okay, so the first question, Kirksarian. Kirksarian is our current administrator and came to political office some 30 years ago after a long and studious career as a scientist and archaeologist in the lower parts of the city. He was... I'm thinking about what to say.
I'm assuming Argos is not processing.
Yeah, no, Argos is just going through. I'm just more thinking of, am I going to say this? He's going to list a few things that Kirksarian has been credited to finding.
With like notable accomplishments. And
yes, and most of them have to do with recovering old technology from the lower parts of the city. He was also, one time, something was found in the sands, and he was sent out. And miraculously, they were attacked, and he was the only one to survive. But he brought back a number of important artifacts that allowed the city to expand. And this is the first time that it had happened since records began. So the dome itself was able to grow with what he had found. But Argos is being very vague about that.
It's not giving details, yeah.
No.
I'm specifically not asking the H word of Helios, because I'm assuming that is going to set off a bunch of things that we might not want to.
While you see Boris walking to the courtyard, and Argos will say, so a prominent career, scientist, archaeologist, sole survivor, and then of course triumphant hero, as he basically added 15% to the city surface. And then of course his political career started as an administrator, and then eventually, only a few years ago, suddenly he became fiery again, and he said, "No, this will not do. We must go forth. We must make this city better than it was." Not to use certain words that are very relevant in politics today. Um, he then, as far as history goes, history of the city of Sevran goes back about 1,000 years, when it was much smaller and it was in ruins, and the people here were living in squalor. They were forgotten. But a few notable figures called the founders of New Severn, they anonymously
Mm-hmm.
started to bring the technology back to the city and grow, and somehow managed to grow the city's dome to it was maybe again 20-30% of what it is now, and they grew the city, managed to reinvigorate the hydroponics farms, and many of the people of Severn lived outside of the walls and were being picked off, and it was a fight every day. It was a post-apocalyptic nightmare, but eventually the dome grew. But that was over 1,000 years ago. And the belief is that there is much more of the city to reclaim, that the dome used to be the size of the sky and the world itself, and that this is just a small part of it. And so that there are so many more treasures to be found in the sands and below the city as well.
And those city founders were anonymous, you say, right? So there's
Their names were not written down
lost
because
in
they,
history.
lost the history. Because that was before
Side
the
note,
time
ik
of
heb dan
technology.
een hele coole city builder game zijn. Je hebt een dome en je moet die expanden en je moet dan dudes uitsturen en zo.
Oh yeah. I thought about this for a long time, motherfucker.
How far down does the city go?
The Argos unit turns to you, Nolan, and says, currently there are 15 levels known, but any deeper, the 15 levels until you reach the edge of the dome below. So it goes underground as well.
Oh,
So it's not a dome, but an orb.
Bubble.
Kind of, yeah.
Or a bubble, really.
Yes.
Oké. Wel,
Well, ik heb geen vragen meer die ik durf stellen. Ik heb wel nog vragen, maar
oké.
didn't ask
Argos,
them
you
to
can go away now.
Very good. Thank you. Have a good evening. And the panel goes dead again.
Fascinating.
question to DM. So if they say the founders of the city about 1,000 years ago, would this in Nolan's mind match with the Council of Severnus?
Isn't that
As far as
way
he understood from
before?
time frame?
Why, yes, it would.
Mhm.
That is around the time they became active again, and around the time they got sealed away, because that was in the early Nataran Empire, which was founded 1,000 years ago.
Indeed. Okay.
So, Rush.
The council that was on Rash and the in Peter Kadar.
No, Peter Gadaran isn't part of the council, but he
No.
is earlier.
Earlier.
So you have Rash, you have
Rash.
Kirxarin, you have
Atari or Leak.
yeah, all of those fellas.
All those.
Wonderful people.
En de enige manier om je to expand your city orb is supposedly to find artifacts from outside the city and
Well,
Yes,
I think they.
bring them in.
Well,
they are
my
bringing
my
stuff from our realm into this city to expand it. That's how
my
I'm seeing it.
theory is they are expanding the dome with souls from our realm. Because the whole thingy when they created Severnus, they used blood and soul magic, and that's the reason why they were stopped.
When they say they
So they are.
go out, do you think they explore this wasteland, or do they actually go out into our realm?
No,
I don't
no,
know what they're going to do, but I
I
think
think
Sevran is killing them.
I think the citizens here actually they are looking for something on Severnus because there is something on Severnus that everyone seeks. We do not know what it is, but
Um,
they are also farming our realm, killing thousands to increase the force and the size of the city here. That's what I believe.
Ah,
oh,
right.
is it
Well,
maybe
then,
that's why Kixayan wants to rid our realm from everything but
Not
are
humans?
we
not
having
too
this
loud,
entire conversation in
not too
like a
loud.
sort of hushed tone that makes it
Yes,
impossible to be alle, ja, weet niet het woord, afgeluisterd worden. To
Yeah, I
be
heard.
Eavesdropped on, yeah.
Because
Monitored.
it would be silly that we have three people go, "Are we being bugged?" Oh, yes, the room is being bugged. Okay, let's discuss anyway. What?
You don't know if whatever Lita did still holds.
I assume.
Right. Yeah.
There's not a language we all speak that's not common, right? Like, no.
I speak
Draconic.
Celestial.
I speak Common, Celestial, and Dalier.
Hey, I
Del-
can read any language, so that's something. Just write it down.
Man, I'd say we just discussed this.
I speak Elven and Common and,
Maybe you
and
can translate.
criminal, I guess.
I'll talk Elven to you and
Yeah,
someone
you
else.
guys
No, no,
can
no.
do
The
like
classic,
yeah,
the classic way
train
to
of
avoid this is
translation.
to just have
Yes.
one
Uh,
person make a lot of loud noise.
And
Normally, you would turn on music or have some
And-
person sing to drown out the
turn on the
conversation.
shower.
Yeah, okay, Gord
Yeah.
starts singing all the drinking
Can't we
songs
just
he doesn't drink, but
Yeah.
he starts singing dwarvish songs. Very jolly,
Alright.
very loud.
I will
Dwarven.
say give a group performance check for this.
I'm
Hey,
not
group.
there, so.
No.
Oh boy, here we go.
Bring
Bring
song
on
of
the
my people.
20s.
Guards, you have been holding this back for weeks now. Finally, amongst your friends again, your mind is a jumble, but somewhere deep, deep down, something primal, something dwarven stirs in you, and you start singing with full gusto and bravado. You open up your lungs and tremble the earth beneath as you sing like you have never sung before.
And we won't understand each other.
And the
It's too
others
loud.
are yelling at each other, but it is no avail. But I will say you can have this conversation, but it's basically like shouting in a dancing. It's far too loud music to have a conversation, but you're trying anyway.
Oh God.
I will say while this is going on, Boris,
Mhm.
you sit down and take some of your things and start trying to find your center, trying to calm down and meditate. And you instinctually feel that you've never been further from your God. Literally. The whispers of your fate are distant. And that immense closeness you felt only moments ago is now a faded whimper. It is very difficult for you to try and focus as you know that you are nowhere near your sun. There is something burning above that is alien in every way possible. A minuscule red dwarf of a thing that is barely enough to lit this entire world. As you are doing this, while you hear dwarven chants in the background, one of the guards walks up to you rather quizzically and looks over to the things you've laid out for your ritual. Pardon me for asking, but what are you doing exactly?
I am trying to meditate. and feel the energy of my gods.
Your
Ooh.
god, huh?
He
That's
said the G word.
Said it.
what do you mean by that? I'm sorry. Customs. I'm not familiar with that word.
Might I inquire for your name first? My name is Boris, and I'm a cleric in the religion of the god of light.
Oh man.
Convert everyone to it.
My name's Alex. Alex Jar.
Welcome,
Al-
Alex. Do you have time to sit and have a chat?
I'm sorry, but I'm kind of on duty. I'm supposed to guard and do the perimeter, so I'm sort of just passing by. But and what do you get? What do you? Is this like a mind exercise or?
Partly, it is a group of guidances that guide me in my moral codes, in how I should approach my life, in how I should help others.
I see. So it's like mindfulness. Okay.
Could be. Can I interest you in a story? Small one.
You know what? I get off duty for in about an hour. So you staying here? I'll take you up
Sure.
on that. I mean, we
Good for
haven't
you.
been. I know you guys are from somewhere else, but we haven't really been told to keep our distance. So, in the interests, yeah, why not?
Can I inside check his intentions?
Sure.
Yes, another question to the DM.
Yeah.
The soldier form that Tatiana always took, was he always called himself Alex as well, right?
Yeah, but this is Alex. This is not Alex. Sorry.
Sorry. Okay.
It's a different. Yeah.
He's back.
Not again.
Yeah. No.
I'm
No.
getting
It's not.
paranoid.
Yeah.
That was
Be
fast.
paranoid. That's where I want you. Holy fuck. All right, boys. He looks genuinely perplexed at your mention of God and religion. He has never heard those words before, at least not in a context of worship. They culturally, you assume that no gods have ever been discussed here, ancient or otherwise. And he looks genuine in his intriguement into what you have to offer.
Feel free to knock on the door, Alex, and I shall talk with you for hours and hours, and we'll see where we go.
Well, I'll hold you to that story at least.
Then I shall prepare it in the best way that I can.
I will walk up to Boris and say, Boris,
Mhm.
please also leave some room for possibly other gods of influence. You're stealing my juice.
I'm stealing what now?
I finally found the god. I'm the very first follower. So don't go and spread the healings all over this plain and city. Leave some room for others.
Nolan, are you okay?
He's found religion and he's.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know what to do with this.
He's new at this whole being high priest of a religion and converting people, okay?
Yes.
Als Boris straks een verhaaltje begint te vertellen over een man met 2 zonen en de een is dan de brave zoon en een andere is weggegaan en dan teruggekomen, dan
Maar
is het briljant trouwens.
welke parabel dat ik moet brengen, geen idee. I hope to get away with standard parable from
You can
Helios
you can
Low
imply yeah.
Yeah.
This is a parable, and I will call you my first apostle, but don't worry about it. You have 11 friends you could bring to the next meeting.
It has to be 11. Very important.
This is my friend
Alright.
Judas. No, not him. Not him.
No. We got a Paul. Okay, good. Got some Peters.
Oh dear.
Two Lucases.
almost-
Yeah, let's not do that.
I almost mentioned Helios, and I was like, yes, let's make it God of Light.
Yeah.
I did not mention the H word against the robot assistant because I would assume that triggers a whole bunch of stuff. Because I think Cassius was there when one of the modern book episode things mentioned, like, hey, you're a fan of Project Helios? Right? That's the only way we've had Helios be mentioned in this.
Yeah, Project Helios, yes.
This
Yep.
thing, right? Yeah. Okay.
So that was while Gord is making noise and we were talking.
Yes, so you can continue the talk if you want, because
I
he
was
was
mostly
successful in.
I'm just
Yeah.
wondering what's our plan now? What's
Can I,
our game?
in the meantime, while this is going on, study the scrolls while I'm still in the light?
Sure.
By the way,
Make a religion roll for me while these guys are talking.
take those.
So so yeah, you guys continue while he is doing that.
Nolan, you mentioned everyone is looking for something, but I think really only Kirkseren is looking for something very specific.
I mean, the reason the ancient battles of the Swarm and the gods were fought on Severnus was the reason because everyone was looking for something on Severnus, and then Severnus exploded. Everyone died. Everyone left,
Oh, and he's still looking for that one thing.
and he's still looking for that one thing. Yes,
But does he?
and no one knows what it
They
is.
know what it is. No.
No.
Okay, but I thought maybe Kirkseren knew and just not telling anyone else.
Maybe he does, but I have no recollection of ever reading or hearing about the specifics of the item that's in the middle of Severnus somewhere.
Okay, we are clearly in a building that's full of Kirkseren's, well, compatriots. And I'm wondering where would we find, well, others that may be more open to criticism. Because, well, she told us to stir things up, but I'm finding it quite hard to stir things up in a building where everybody is adoring Kirkseren.
We can
There's a-
absolutely stir things up, but
Meanwhile, Boris on his
figuring
own,
a
starting
way
a
to do
religion.
it. Yeah,
I mean,
figuring out a
you-
way to not die while doing
You're
it.
doing fine, Boris. You're stirring things up.
yeah, but
Since we
you
leave
are
Boris
you
alone
are
for half an
stirring-
hour and he comes
You're gonna
$1,000
baptize that card.
followers.
Boris is starting a 4-year plan.
At least I'm doing something
So, Nolan,
instead
you
of
think
stealing pay cards and lying
they are
through my teeth. You need to explain the entire city and how that's gonna work. That's all on you
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, if you really want to stir things up, you can just say, "Hey, we are from another realm, and King Seven is very evil, and he's a
Yeah,
necromancer."
but she told us not to, right?
Okay,
I thought so.
so
Or
If we do that, then we have, like, we have only one card to play, and if we do that, then we're out of moves.
I want to find out what exactly
just listen.
happened 1 year ago that made Kirkseren
Why then?
go.
Yeah.
We need to. But because years before, it was quite alright.
According to the floating head thing, he spent 30 years just working up
What
to this
happened?
point, and then suddenly
Yes. What happened 1 year
changed.
ago on this realm, or even in our realm that made
ours.
him go?
do we DM have a recollection of what important events that happened 1 year ago in our realm? Is there a wiki page?
I think Nolan's the wiki page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
it's a
have
wiki
in
Far as
page.
mind
the
for
party's
30
concerned.
days.
So let me see here. You make a history roll, Nolan.
Mhm. Yes. Let's see.
Keen mind.
No, that's 30 days, keen mind.
Hmm.
I would need to write down everything I do.
Don't you?
Don't you already?
Oh, I rolled a 1 again.
Don't tell.
Plus, do I get
I
So
to plus fail me?
was 7, so it's
History.
8. No.
yeah, so I will say right now, with everything happening, that was like, before your group got together, your initial
Mhm.
group.
Yes.
So yeah, you. There were, at the very start of the campaign, there were some stirrings, things that
Cathedral.
set you on the path.
Yeah.
And things had already been going for some time. You had the lessening of the planar barriers.
Mhm.
You had the things with the frost shards. They were making use of them somehow.
Mhm.
A lot of loose threads that never got explored,
The
Yes.
wound, yes.
and that push north, always north.
Yeah. Indeed.
True.
Was Nossor about 1 year ago?
Stupid question, but isn't what happened at the cathedral in Greven, where most of the party originated from? I mean, that's 9/11, right?
Epidemic Trail, you mean the creating of the wounds with
No, in Greven.
In Greven, cathedral exploded there, no?
Yeah, that was
No,
the father.
that was Felix Lustrum.
Is it?
Felix Nostrum is where the cathedral thing happened. You do
Yes.
have the sundering of Greven, the breaking down of Greven, but that was a little longer ago, right?
Okay.
The whole Edgewise thing. But
Okay.
that got set in motion by Kixaren. So
Was
I will
Kixaren
say, yeah,
known as a necromancer and stuff on our world before a year ago?
yes,
Right. Yes, he was known for decades.
he's
He was
very,
always
very
good at that.
well known
Okay.
in certain circles. Like he
Okay, so
is,
he's in history books and stuff in our world.
yeah,
It's not.
he's the last of the Council of Severnus never captured.
Yeah, right. Of course.
Yeah,
So
he's a big
He
big
didn't
guy.
just show up a year ago and start doing
No.
stuff. No. Okay. Yeah.
And he's also responsible for, held responsible for Felix Lustrum, responsible for Holon
I'm
blowing
just
up.
learning now that
Yeah.
we apparently had some 9/11 like
Oh, hold on. So
cataclysmic event
Yeah.
on this world, which I did not know about.
Yeah.
Which
So
apparently the party was involved with somehow,
You
which
really don't
does
have
not
anything.
surprise me.
No, we went to the aftermath.
Yeah.
Can explain some things beforehand.
Greven, what happened in Greven was due to my other party. They
Okay.
set that in motion, and you guys are just living in the shit that they left behind.
Okay.
So,
Good to
So
know.
there's another party. Are you
well,
ready for that
canonically,
one?
no, but yeah.
They are currently probably dealing with the aftermath of what we did last session, so you know.
and
20
that's
years
way worse.
later.
They're still doing Greven politics, and it's getting. They also had a meeting with Thanos here, and it
They've
took
been in meetings, and then
4
suddenly
sessions.
the meeting room explodes
Okay.
and the
Yeah.
sky
Then
tears
we should
open.
maybe find out what happened a year ago over here.
I
'Cause we
will
can't
say,
find out.
intrinsically, that, as I just said, a lot of things have happened, and Kixaren has been doing things in the shadows for quite some time. It's maybe not exactly a year, it's a year that he started here in Severnus, but the connection, the chain started a while ago, right? But there is a push, there is a point where he's like, okay, we got to do this thing now. It pushed into action.
In the meanwhile, I have been mostly reading and occasionally intervening in conversation. Have I read
Yeah.
anything worthwhile? I'm reading the book with knowing what happened on our realm and if I can connect some dots.
Okay. So I will allow you a history roll with advantage on that.
Don't say one.
2 ones.
No, it's true.
Actually,
With
2.
Advantage.
So that's double. Advantage. Wait, right. That the other one fell down. Wait, this is.
Yeah, it's
10.
hard rolling if you never do it.
Okay,
It's a
10 investigation plus 9 is 19.
Jij rolt toch D20, zei? Ewout? Allee, just
Inderdaad.
checking.
I never
Nee,
do
nee,
this.
104.
So the most round dice
Nee,
you
zo-
have, huh?
Die vierkantjes, nee, die driehoekjes zo, ja.
Is there a 20 on the dice that you've been rolling?
So you are reading into the history of this grand city. And a lot of it is about restoration. Like things were here before and they were found again. And
Yeah.
then, of course, the grand expansion and the building. But you get the feeling that that was the first time in this recorded history that you're holding that this place had built anything. Most of the times they are looking for things that have been. And the history itself is dry. You are a book nerd. You have read all the books. You can deal with a boring book. You can deal with statistics and politics and all those things. You are well versed in the driest of books. This is having you struggle. It is a summation of that guy was born, then came into office, then died. And their accomplishments are a new coat of paint for a building. Like these people for 1,000 years have been living not really anything noteworthy. The things they write down in history is abominably boring. And you start to wonder, like, this isn't right. Like, there are no murders, there are no revolutions, no fires, no anything. The only sad thing is the reports of the sorties of the Rangers, and so many lost. Oh well, they brought a thing back and it gets taken away. They never talk about what the thing is, what it does, but it is certainly to help the city. But nobody seems to care exactly what it was or why. This feels artificial. And this, for lack of a better term, feels like a soulless place. You also realize that their entertainment has been the same thing. They have no new entertainment. It has been the same thing, and you have just about enough in your lifetime to go through all the media they have. Never need anything new. You are born, you see the kiddie programs, go through middle age, and then in your old days you watch some books or you read some books or watch some shows. They have exactly enough media to go through a lifetime.
Do I get the sense there's a hive mind?
There's not a hive mind. It's just that they all seem rather ambitionless before Kixerin kick things into gear.
So you will see Nolan fall asleep for the first time reading a book, and he will start his long rest.
Yeah, which I will say those of you with high charisma, so I'm guessing nobody. Yeah, actually Gord. Gord, you actually notice for the first time that Nolan, this is a new book. Yes, exactly, Boris. That's what I was implying. It is horrendous. A new book in a history of a city on Severnus, which even amazes you. And Nolan is devouring the history of these people. And you see him bored. You see him bored reading a book and eventually fall asleep. That is something that terrifies you because you have never seen it before.
All right.
Sorry, had to go there.
He must be truly tired.
At that point, Boris, you probably would have rejoined, and as the evening progresses, you get a knock on the door with your now no longer in military attire, but Alex in civilian attire. Which, by the way, you've also been given like things.
CV clothes.
Yeah, a child size for Gord, but
Nu vind ik weer zo Gord met zo'n stereotype schooluniformje en zo een klaksje met zo van strandbalkleurtjes.
yeah.
Or a pink dress,
It's like,
the
look
princess
at-
crown.
Yeah, I'd take Alex outside and talk with him on a bench somewhere outside, I guess.
Yeah, sure. There's places. There's a little plants as well, and it's quite well decorated. All of this, although it looks very sterile, straight lines and everything. So yeah, I will say you can make a performance or a religion roll. You can choose.
Nice. And I'll just explain him the parables.
Okay.
Living good, living correct. The general gist of the values side religion.
And you can see him amazed, almost childlike in, even though this is a grown man in his mid-20s, he is just aghast at your tale, and he asks questions, and he is completely entranced. Like, wow. And you came up with all of this? This is incredible. You should, I'm guessing you already wrote it down because I saw a book, but
This is taught from generation to generation by priests and clerics like me.
oh,
That's
wow.
how this
Okay.
is supposed to work. We build temples where you can learn, where you can be healed, where we can help you. And then
That's
how we spread our way of life.
so strange. This is I'm gonna need a moment. This is
I
yeah.
guess you didn't prep this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somehow,
No,
some
it's-
way, Boris starts a religion was not in your prep.
No. The thing, you misunderstand me. This is the character saying this
Oh.
because he is legitimately aghast. Like he's contemplating. He is asking questions, and you can tell he has no idea what you're talking about. Like he tries to, and he is not yet coming around to the fact that this isn't entertainment, that this isn't a story. This is something you are serious about. When he doesn't understand the words, he doesn't understand temple, he doesn't understand priest or scripture or all these things. It's like, okay, it's like, explaining Magic the Gathering to someone. Like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna, if you use those words more, I can probably connect the context to it, kind of thing. This is the first time this man's ever heard anything like it.
So I tried to sense where he's coming from, and I really take it down a notch until I'm at the really first steps for perhaps children, but then with the more adult-like approach.
Yeah. Yeah, this is great. Maybe I can. I don't know how long you guys are here, but
Neither do we.
so this is weird. I mean, usually when we talk about light, it's it's reflective, reflecting off the sky, and I mean we know about the Watcher and his eye, but Man. Okay. That's a lot of process. So
I'm here as long as I'm here. Feel free
okay.
to jump in and we can talk. Doesn't need to be about religion. That's what I'm here for. That's where my knowledge lies.
Yeah. It's a cool story. It's really cool. Again, like you should probably like look into getting this published or something, because a lot of people like find the entertainment sometimes a little stale around here. So, but
This lives by word of mouth.
Did he hear
So-
Gord singing?
probably, yeah. And that was also like the first song that they've heard of that
I'm gonna
caliber,
be
at
a
least.
pop star.
Yeah. You're gonna be a fad for a month, and then everybody hates you, and then 5 years later, it's like, does anyone remember Gord Grimbeard and his one-hit wonder?
We should just sum up. No, we should stop.
For some
we should
reason,
stop the
I'm stuck
campaign.
with
They're
Gord
gonna end
singing
the-
Donna et Immobile in my head.
We should stop the
What?
campaign and make a brass band. Just that's all we will do the rest of the campaign. Just brass
Yeah.
banding
Yeah.
in the city.
Yeah, I'll find a system for it.
Boris is talking about this guy about the light. Die wil ik zo half zo, als die guard weg is, zo, "Psst, hey kid, you want to hear about the dark? We've got cool
Crash.
Literally Nolan. Literally Nolan. Like, I've got another side of that coin.
Yeah.
Maybe easier to make a religion of the Watcher here. But,
Yeah.
You wanna know
Okay.
why Ante? We have cookies.
He watches you, but now you need to watch me.
so,
He seems
with
very
that, I will say the evening does draw to a close.
Does the sky change here? Because you
I
mentioned when
will-
we look out from here to the
Yes.
sky, it looks so like, is there a sun that's starting to go
good.
down?
Let's say about the
No, what happens is that the dome does go dark, and there is a dark sky above. And now, for the first time in a long time, there is a very faint, distant red dot in the sky, which is this world's sun. That's long since been Ante's eye reflected, but now it is there. But even when it is in the sky, it is not enough light. It is a dull red that goes over this city, and suddenly it does look a lot more alien and a lot more disturbing than it was when the sky was alight.
Okay. Are there stars at all in the sky then, or just a small
One
red sun?
moment. Fuck. The mosquito I need to kill. One moment,
Just
please.
that one. Specifically that
just yeah, that's the one that got me last fucking night. One moment, please. Oh,
You already should have.
if she got your last night, she won't be a problem
one. Is
anymore.
he just gonna get a giant T20 to throw at it?
Big racket.
Maybe she's
one.
I
No,
should
no,
lean over this.
It's gonna
if
throw his
anyone's
iron
seen it,
die.
but
Oof.
I've seen a clip of like a prototype of like a small, reasonably powered laser that's like basically a mini
Yeah,
I
China.
need that. A fucking
installation
fuck.
that just tracks and zaps bugs.
I-
with
I-
a high
want it.
intensity laser.
Just a side note, it's coming from China. Their consumer rules are a bit different
Is
in
it
the
safe? Probably not. Is it outrageously expensive? Yes. But is it very cool to have a mini AA that lasers mosquitoes out of the sky? Also, yes.
yes, but what China does,
I need
they
that
they don't put
because
yeah.
whatever. It flew through the thing. I was pressing the button and it flew through the thing. I don't even know what to say.
Too small.
You think you can contain me?
Yeah, exactly. Eldritch horrors abound. So what you see is mostly mosquitoes in the sky.
Giant one.
Yeah, just
Grabbing people.
God. It'll be one of the enemies in our city builder game. Giant mosquitoes.
Bitch.
So
that
no
attack your
consumer
town.
protection in China. Nah, funny. I mean, burn your bed,
Presumably not.
burn your house.
12 volts was enough. Got him. Anyway, sorry about that. In breaking the emergent there a little bit.
I understand completely.
Okay. So, you focus for a moment, and you do see stars. But they are completely different. They are
I was
not the
gonna
night
ask
sky.
Dario, being the person who I assume knows about the starry skies, and like the constellations do not match at all with ours.
No, even you can tell, like, even if you're not that interested, this is a completely foreign sky.
Things look different. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Curious.
With that, you
Yeah.
manage a long rest, everyone.
Oh, finally. Been 4 sessions coming.
Yep. The day that never ended, that started in Ilish with Tano Asir.
It's been a very long
Right,
day, and a lot has happened.
true.
And an unprepared party going into a war zone. But oh well.
Yeah.
All
We'll
things
survive.
considered, the world did not end. Ante did not get set free. Black Lenos is gone. Sath is vanquished, or somewhere around here.
He's
So
stuck in the
let's call
soulstone.
that a half complete fix, I guess.
Yeah.
And we found gold.
Hey!
So it's like that's like 4.5 good things that we did.
And we
Exactly.
freed Stondar.
I'll maybe subtract 1 for setting a demon loose on Oloso a little bit.
And
And
now,
we're still net positive, guys.
yeah, I now imagine one of the first seekers will find something in the sand, and it's just a packstone with Ante's soul, with Satyani's soul inside. Look what I found!
You don't know how far he threw that.
If I recall, it went Team Rocket style very
Yeah.
far, and we were not that far from.
He might be in orbit. I don't know.
I'm sure it's fine.
But with that, a new day comes. And yeah, Nolan, you wake up with the book still in your hand.
Feeling embarrassed because he fell asleep in the book.
I will start reading again.
Okay. So you do find a brief mention a few times of the city below. And it is mentioned a few times as it isn't really a secret. It is just that this was many generations of the city being in this location, and that there is a depth to the city. As high as the dome is, as low as it can be underground. And it is always talking about reclaiming, but it's always deliberately vague and no actual information. You will also note there is no founding date. There is no, hey, we came to this place. No, there is only the city that's ever been. And it was bad before, and likely something happened that caused this, but they aren't specific about it.
Okay.
And they don't say reclaim from who or what or.
No.
I will then start the morning prayer to Ante.
Okay.
I'll pray with you to enter. And I will also pray to Tormodon. And I will pray for guidance, not for me, but for Ante. as he's being a newborn god and he might need some help. He should not be alone. That Tornon
Okay.
is a shining, bright example for him, perhaps.
Make religion rolls, the both of you.
And I just do my normal routines in the morning.
16. I think I have a +7 as well, so 23.
Because I can't
In
go in.
Religion
is an
plus
intelligence
9.
based skilled.
Yeah, plus
That
9
doesn't
to
cost
religion.
enough.
25.
Nolan is a natural at religion.
Yeah.
I have a religion background, so I have proficiency.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, religion is intelligence based.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
Goeie bonus.
he also has more religion than. So.
So
I can't wait until Nolan surpasses Boris as like the authority on all things religion.
yeah, the cleric multiclass.
Ja, waarom heb je dat niet gedaan, Nolan?
ik heb eraan
Eerste level
gedacht.
in
It's a 6th level spell.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Multiclassing
jij
is
hebt
een...
wisdom zelfs om dat te doen?
Yeah. It's only his dex and his strength that are in the dumpster. So
Next
you
Yeah.
come to and are brought food. You're allowed in this little perimeter. And everyone sort of lets you go about your routine. Nothing much is happening until you see the captain again arrive, Arasfel. She seems a little nervous and walks down to you and beckons you over and says, I hope you've all had comfortable nights. There has been a development in your situation. You will be announced as being members of a lost expedition, and that you come from a different place and you have been through many hardships. It will be, well, it'll take some time for people to accept or at least understand why you're here. Now, on your request of reaching outside, there is one thing. We could really use your expertise, especially if you've been out there for so long in our search, and who knows what you could provide. But before that, there is a request by the administrator for an audience.
Being.
You mean the Kirksarian guy? That
Yes, he's been informed of your situation, and he would love to meet all of you. Well, he has been quite busy, so he hasn't been able to meet with your friend here in good health. But now that you all seem well rested and of good sound mind, he's requested to meet with you personally.
Okay. Did you
Can we
brief him
postpone?
about everything we told you? Or do we need to repeat that to him?
No, he's
at the
been
audience?
briefed. He has been
so-
briefed.
Okay.
And rather, he
Am I to
insists.
assume that is happening right
Now.
right at, yeah, okay, yeah.
He is a busy man, so he does insist to adhere to his schedule.
What?
Gaan we die nu gewoon dood doen?
Of course.
Yes, that will go over well with the 12 million people in the city that are happy with what he's doing for them.
Who cares?
You
It's
tell
not
them God told you he's a bad man. I'm sure you'll be able to sell it.
Yes, that's what
I-
a lot of people have done. And
Yeah,
nothing bad
excuse me,
come
Mr.
ever
Murderer,
from
sir. What is God and why did he make you do that?
I
killing
feel like
people in
Boris
the
already
name of
fumbled
God.
a little bit when he told the other guy that it came from his ancestors and not it was revealed to me by God. But you know,
Yeah, exactly. I came up the mountain and he gave me some tablets.
yeah,
Um,
and a burning bush was involved somehow as well.
Oh,
Wow.
so,
Well, I
if you
guess
please, if you
it's
could
happening.
follow me.
Jawel, sure.
We hebben al onze wapens en shit nog, hè? Dat hebben ze niet afgepakt. hè?
Ja.
Yep.
they don't know it's weapons.
I mean, I have a big, heavy, pointy
I mean, yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
wife gourd bij een oversized
armies-
steak met
those
z'n
armies
They know
We have
what
very
a
big
sword
sandwiches
is.
at home, and I need this.
Yeah.
They,
They
need
know
to cut
how
the meat to ration it. They know what a knife or
a
a blade
pointy
is.
stick is not lost technology. Okay.
I
Um,
have very
first
large
technology.
sandwiches at home, and I need this.
so,
This is for
You-
ceremonial purposes only.
so you are brought to a different area this time. You are being led into vehicles and you are driven deep into the city. You see these large buildings pass you by on this beautifully straight, perfectly straight and clean road. A large escort around you as well. Heads do turn as they pass you by. Or you pass them by. You drive to the very center of this city. The large buildings become taller and taller into this spire that reaches for the very top of the dome. You cross a bridge and a bridge again as you are driven to now a place that feels much more advanced. That the architecture is different, more robust, less based in glass, more in concrete. The structure of it more purpose-built and functional than beautiful. Here, you come to a large staircase leading up to the entrance of what you realize now is an immensely massive building at the base. And as you crane your neck, it is impossible to estimate how tall this building truly is. It is by far the tallest thing you have ever seen. You are led outside, out of the vehicles, and walked up the steps. And there, out in the open, on the top of these stairs, a immaculately dressed, not a robed, but a costumed Kirksarin with his hands open. You can see multiple people with strange devices staring at you at the corners that make little clicking sounds and little flashes of light. As he stands there with his eyes open, for you, the players, there are indeed a cadre of reporters that are standing by as he stands there with his arms open to welcome you with a large smile.
Oh, that is so fucked up.
Fireball?
Ik ging wel zeggen, zie ik iets van spellcasting components? Of
You
focus
see
op hem?
a
Het is gewoon
man
een dude
in
in
a
een suit.
a dude in a suit with Kirksaren's face, smile, a smile you've never seen, only on those pictures, but now you see it on his actual face. A big grinning smile, arms open. Friends from beyond the sands, I welcome you to my fair city, and I hope it is not found wanting in your presence. Please, I must know your story. The arduous journey that has taken you here. I must know of your people. I must know of your purpose. Come, join me. And he turns around, and again he is unescorted. Not a single guard in sight, only these reporters, as he turns his back to you and walks inside this beautiful palace. And I think that's a beautiful place to let it go for this week.
He's so very stabbable right now. But, you know,
Ah, indeed.
I feel like it would be bad.
Our big enemy.
So many spells at him.
What are they gonna do? Stab me in broad daylight? Man who underestimates how dumb we are.
You're new to D&D.
They're not gonna be stupid enough to do. Oh nope, they're doing it.
Hey, we were also stupid enough to go back into the city without backup or
It worked
resource.
somehow, but I feel like we should not be taking as a lesson from that that is always a good idea.
No, I think we over prep sometimes. We should do more.
The dungeon master realizes that burning down the entire city of one of the characters' backstories did not incentivize them enough to do it right.
Now, to be fair, he didn't super care about the entire city. It was like maybe 3 people in the city that were.
Fair.
Yeah, I murdered the rest of the people he cared about. And
right.
silence.
What? They were
You
murdered.
woke up
He
with the
didn't.
fever dream, eh?
I woke up with the
All of
fever.
this is a dream, don't worry. We all wake up.
I don't.
Uh,
We didn't murder
all right,
them. They
I'm
were
gonna-
murdered. Did you not listen when I exposed my tragic and sad backstory?
Yes. Just convincing.
I will end the stream there before we get to the agenda for the calendaring and all that. So thank you for watching, single person. And
He's being such a smug bastard about it too. Like,
oh
"Greetings,
yes,
follow me.
oh yes, you are in the lair of lairs, my friend. You are in the lair of lairs.
I understand because it's such a villain move, but oh my god.
Yes, yes, it is. All right, see you
You're
guys
trapped
next
by
time.
social convention. You can't be because it would be